Hello everyone, to our stakeholders across the globe, associates, our mentors and mentees, everyone on the call with us at the ED Connect at Wimpy's. First, I want to apologize that we're starting a little behind schedule due to some technical glitches, but we're here today. My name is Omowunmi Akingbohungbe. I'm the new Executive Director for Wimpy's. And with me today, of course, we have my predecessor, HANSATU ADEGBITE. Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Okay, now this is going to be a chat between you and I. We'll try and keep it very interactive.
And real.
Exactly. Exactly. So, I should first of all start with celebrating you. It's been 7 amazing years with Wimpy's. I hope everyone is joining me for HANSATU. But I'd like you to just quickly run through your journey in the past 7 years here, especially when it comes to the key achievements that you've been able to do while working with Wimpy's.
In all sincerity, I just want to say that there have been so many achievements. And these achievements are not mine alone. I have worked with so many leaders, team members that have helped us to get here, committee members and so on and so forth. But I would like to outline them. Because anytime I come into a place, I identify a few problems. I do realize that you can't solve everything. But at least you should have 1, 2, or 3 that you will be known for.
3-point agenda.
3-point agenda, I made it simple so that you don't do 12 points and then you can't achieve most of them. So for me personally, the top 3, number 1, I wanted to amplify and improve the Wimpy's HQ, both in terms of physical structure, making the place look more beautiful and professional, and also in terms of the team itself. I'm very big on teamwork, and I know that you have seen from all the team members that the number 1 thing they all love is that we have teamwork. So teamwork is very important to me, and it's one of our key core values. The second thing for me was the structure. The organizational structure holistically was quite daunting for an ED because we had too many stakeholders and one ED. So the number of people that are sort of overseeing both the ED and the HQ was quite overwhelming. And that structure also cascaded into even our program structure. We were doing so many things, and so we needed to stream down. But change takes time, and so we stayed and paid that price for change to come. And the last thing was our financial structure. We're not yet there, but at least we're able to increase and improve not just our financial output, but our partners and collaborators.
Awesome. I really like that 3-point agenda. And just like you had mentioned, there could be so many things to be done, but you pulled out 3 that you wanted to focus on, and you have done that and you did it very, very well. But of course, there's always 2 sides to the coin. I know it was not all a smooth sail all through. And like we said, we want to keep it real.
Yes.
So just tell me, what were those other things that were challenging, the bottlenecks, the days where you really felt like, I'm going to draw in the towel? Just share a little bit of that.
Well, there have been many tears that have been shed. Blood and sweat has gone into this role. And in fairness to you, there are so many times I wanted to walk away. But I would say one of the key lessons I learned here is that you must have wise counsel. For each time that I really wanted to throw in the towel, ironically, the first 3 times, it was Wimpy's founders, different founders, I know Mrs. Fumi Roberts, Dr. Mobola Johnson at a point, Ms. Toyin Olawe, that actually spoke to me. Even Mrs. Aziz, Mrs. Bola Adeshona, and kept encouraging me at different times, and they shared from their personal stories. So I drew strength from that. So that is one. The second thing is that within even the executive council, because when you are going through things, you don't want to be hearing your story everywhere. But I realized that we had wise, I'm talking about executive council people that had come and gone, that just check on you, very wise people that, just call, check on you and just keep, they won't even understand that when you call, they'll just say something and then it keeps you going. And then you just find some of them when you're really down, they'll just send a message. People, they don't even know, sometimes even associates or life members, they'll just send you a message, it just came to my mind. Those are the things that kept me going. But I'll say personally, I think when I was in the lowest of my state in terms of this journey, I will not lie to you that it was a tribe of women that actually held me up within the Wimbis community because I couldn't even move. And I recall in this same Wimbis HQ, I had typed my resignation letter at a point, and I sat, and it was Miss Tony Olawe that said, "HANSATU, give me a year with you, and let's continue this journey." And today I'm glad I listened to her, because I can see that the journey ended well.
And it's so profound that you shared this story, and it resonates with what Wimbis is all about. Because you really can't do life alone, irrespective of wherever you are. And there's nothing like having a community of women that can support you, handhold you, because we always have our low moments at different points in time, professionally, personally, in all areas of life. So Wimbis definitely is playing that role for women, and of course it has played it for me too, even as a core person within the system.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I have my own question for you. Because I know that if I may say, I know that you are feeling the pressure. It's like you're on the hot seat now, and out of curiosity, it's just good to hear and know what actually propelled you to leave the bank to say, Wimbis is the next step for me. And even from the beginning, what even made you join Wimbis as an organization? Because you've been a life member for several years.
Oh wow. Okay, so for me, my journey has always been one that has been driven with passion to wanting to make a difference. And about wanting to do life alone, I probably prior to Wimbis didn't even take it very serious. So I was joining as an associate initially, then becoming a life member. I did that realizing that you actually need, especially to thrive in the professional space as a business and all that, you need to be with a network. But on my career journey, I've always been one driven by passion to make a difference, like I said, which explains why I initiated an NGO about 13 years ago focused on children and their social development, especially children in the low communities. And I did this alongside working full-time as a banker. It wasn't as easy, but of course, it's the passion that keeps things like that going. And over time, it's running a life of its own. It also explains why I would volunteer with organizations apart from Wimbis like the Nigerian Red Cross and all that. And I also believe in trying to do things excellently well. And that's why I took an extra step further for that Harvard program focused on strategic perspectives for NGO managers. In fact, I saw in your profile that you did the same program. So that sets the pace for me. And when I found out about this movement in Wimbis, I was like, this is what I've been waiting for all this while. This gives me the platform to actually bring to life this passion that I have been talking about. And of course, with the caliber of the founders, the board of trustees, these are credible people that you would definitely want to associate with. A name to reckon with, a force to reckon with is what Wimbis is. So I was very, very excited about the movement, and I really wanted to get it. And I'm glad that I am here today.
And I'm happy that you are here. Because imagine if you didn't come now, I would still be.
Yeah.
Okay, but I have another question for you, because I know that the community is a bit curious. Yes, they've read your profile and and all. But who is Omowunmi? So what is one thing that is not in your profile that you want us to know?
That I'm a very adventurous person.
Interesting.
For those that know me closely, they know I try to verge into terrains that I've known. Even when I travel, I go on trips that I don't know anybody, just to go there and discover the culture, the people, and everything. So I am very adventurous. But I was telling the team yesterday that on my list, I still have the list that I want to skydive.
I'm just scared of heights.
I'm not actually, so let's keep it on. So I'm quite adventurous, and of course, this is like an adventure for me too. Again, and I would want to definitely leverage and make the maximum use of
You see one thing that you have that is more stronger than me, because people say HANSATU is a strong woman. I'm scared of heights, so I can't do that sky bungee. Even if you dash me.
I'll share details with you when I do it eventually.
Okay. So, well, I'll just ask one more, then you can now give it back to me. I do know that coming into any role, there will be mixed feelings, the highs and lows, the fears, the expectations, and so on and so forth. What reassurance do you have, or did you have? What gives you that calmness or that boldness to know that you can just continue on this journey?
So, I'm quite spiritual.
Very important.
So I did spend some time in God's presence on this. Should I go ahead? And I think I got the nod.
Very important.
And I did also try to reach out, have feelers. I spoke to you before.
Yes,
and I think that was also one of a major comfort zone. If the person, most times you see this person has either vexed and left and moved on and things like that. You don't have this kind of rare privilege of having a good handshake. And I mean, here and behind the scenes, you kept it very real with me, and I appreciated that too a lot. Expect this, don't expect this, and that gave me a sort of soft landing to know that this is definitely where I want to be at this moment. So that's what gave me that assurance in that bit. And I must add, I also like the transparency of which the recruitment process was handled. I mean, yes, I do know some people within Greenpeace, but it wasn't about anybody being involved about this. It was more of, does this person have the competency? I know some basic research too was done and all that, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity and the fact that this has been entrusted in my hands. And I am very ready to move things from where you're dropping it to the next level.
Very important.
Okay. I guess I have one more question. I would want you to just highlight, especially when it comes to the advice you would want to share on the peculiarities of leading a women community.
Very important. You know, women have a very high spirit of excellence, especially in this world. And because of that, everybody has an opinion on how things should be done. And so you will have so many people speaking because everybody has an expectation and everybody wants to be heard. So you're going to be dealing with so many stakeholders, both internally and externally. So that is the English community when you talk about women. And because of that, within the context of that demand and the voices that are coming, they forget that you are one and that you are human. And so, again, you are receiving so many calls, so many texts, so many emails, because people have just different things, right? And it's all on you. And so people forget that aspect of you are human, you are one, but the expectations are much. So I think that in itself, it's very important. But again, what I've seen again within the community is that you have those that are empathetic, that understand, that just pat you on the back and keep you going. I recall there was a time I was with Mrs. Aoshika we had gone for a program and we were in the bus together. You know, she was commending and then also encouraging, and then she just said, and this was, of course, really the transition. She sort of said one or two words that just validated the journey. And so such things just keep you going and keep you grounded. So I think for me, it's that. And then the other thing is expectations are always high, right? But I do believe that in life, you can't solve all problems. But the problems you can solve them excellently well. The other thing is that people will compare. But again, in every garden, there are different types of flowers. And each flower has a role to play. If you are not a rose and you are a daffodil, shine in the garden as a daffodil. So there will be expectations from so many people. But I will always say, just be yourself. Because you cannot please everybody. And the last thing I will say is that I've come to learn that people will not always like you. So there are so many people that won't like you. They don't even have to have a reason for not liking you. Or with some other people, there are mistakes you will make and it remains unforgivable. But you need to forgive yourself. You need to learn from it. I don't even believe in mistakes. I believe everything is a learning lesson. So within communities like this, learn the lessons, keep moving. Even if you fall again, you stand up, you learn the lesson, you keep moving. So it's a journey. That's why they say it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. But at the end of the day, just know that it is not a likability contest. You don't have to be liked and loved. It is an impact and a professionally driven process. And so keep at it.
Spot on and well noted. And I think to reiterate that, that's why there's the beauty of standardization. In this, we have our guidelines, we have our pillars, we have our core values. So everything that is within that is definitely open for consideration. Once it's out of that scope, we definitely know that this is not what we do in this, and this is not how we do it.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very, very much to that. So, I mean, to bring it down to the specifics, I know we are very big on our associates and our life members and all that. What has the journey been like with them?
I think WIMBIS as an organization, I would attribute its significant success to the membership base, being both the associates, life members, and all the stakeholders. The associates contribute to so many programs through committees, through so many roles they play on a volunteer basis. Whether it's the Big Sister program or this or that, so some of them are speakers, mentors, and the rest. Now, because they do that, we have a wide base across sectors. They have also helped us fundraise over the years and so many other things. So I would say that the membership base, we attract the kind of women that contribute to the vision. Some people, even as I was leaving, have said so many times that you carry these WIMBIS on your head. It's because I was sucked into the vision. I believed in what was being done. And if I look back and say what was my proudest moment as an ED in all these 7 years, I would say it would have been the transitions. There have been so many transitions, right? But when the founders stepped down and changed the structure and moved to the executive council and stepped down, just like you are in the hot seat, I was in the hotter seat. Because these are people that we have been working with. So I think my proudest moment was when that year ended and a new board was announced, and I ran with them again for another year just to ensure that the transition was stable. Was when I looked back at the numbers, whether it was the financial performance, whether it was the attrition rate of team members, the programs, the increase in the beneficiaries, and so on and so forth. It was the highest that had been recorded within the 22, 21 year journey, and it just keeps increasing. For me, it validated the process that I came into WIMBIS, I was mentored in WIMBIS, I was given an opportunity to be groomed as a leader, and now I was released. And with that release, I was able to prove that everything that had been invested in me had come to pass. So I still use this opportunity to thank the founders for giving me the privilege to serve.
Indeed, and the big thanks to also goes to the founders. Like I was saying earlier, imagine if they never took this step. Imagine if they never decided to give life to Wimbies, and they've not only given it a life, they've also put a structure in place to allow it to run sustainably. Like you mentioned, they've stepped down, we have the board of trustees now, and the structure is even getting better and better. So, I guess on this note, we would want to say a big thank you to all our stakeholders, the associates, the mentees, the life members, our media partners, sponsors, donors,
the community is large.
Yeah.
And now that you have even said that, I now want to ask you, what do you have in your mind as one of the things you want within your journey to say to your own stakeholders?
Honestly, it's a journey for all of us. The vision of Wimbies is to be a catalyst for women with regards to their status and their influence, as well as their contribution to nation building. Now, we mentioned the associates and how they've always been a part of the committees and all that, but still part of nation building. So many other roles that they play alongside, behind the scenes, and the ones that are very obvious. So it's the collective core. It's something that we all want to be able to achieve. The idea of inspiring and empowering women, it's not about a gender war or anything like that. It's about bringing full potentials to reality. It's not about a 50% dominating or running things. Let everybody come to the party. So this journey for Wimbies, it's not just for women, even men. So, we had a man, one of the founders, and it's something that we all need to collectively be a part of.
And now we have 2 men on the board.
Exactly. So, my call really, and my expectation from the community at large, is everybody should come to this party.
Yes.
Everybody should be a part of this noble cause, to be a part of how we elevate each other as women, how we inspire each other as women, empower each other, and at the same time, be change makers everywhere and everywhere that we be. And I would want to say, if you're not a Wimbies associate, this is the time to sign up. This is the time to be a part of this global movement.
Before I hand over to you, I want to just say something to the entire community. Omowunmi is not a HANSATU. HANSATU has run her race. And I believe that in every single person there is a diamond. And all we have to do is give that person an opportunity to show forth the diamond. When I came in, no one knew my name. In the magnitude that it has happened now. Of course, people in Abuja knew me very well because of my nature. Anything you give me, I give it 600%. It's not a Wimbies thing. That's how I've always been. But I want to ask the entire community to give Omowunmi a chance to show who she is. And don't compare her to HANSATU. HANSATU has run her race. This is the woman that is with the baton. Let us just show the support and let's get to the finish line together. I wish you the best. And my prayer for you is that whatever it is that has worked for me, that you will get it in double and triple fold. And where I have failed, you will do exceedingly great. I wish you the best, and I will continue to support you from behind until you hand over your liberty. Thank you.
Thank you so much, HANSATU. I do really, really celebrate you, and thank you for all that you have done so far. I know there's a whole lot in the pipeline that you're moving on to, and I do wish you all the best.
Thank you so
and of course, you're a life member of Wimbies.
Yes, so Wimbies for life!
So,
We're
So thank you very much for being a part of the EDs Connect today. I want to celebrate everyone that has taken time out to be with us today. And of course, we look forward to further engagements from you. If you have inquiries, you can reach out to us. You can click on our links and visit our website to know more about WinBiz. Thank you once again. Pages, we're on Instagram, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, as well as Twitter. Thank you.
X and YouTube.
And YouTube.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.